They say you're supposed to rotate your tires so they wear evenly, but how do tires wear unevenly in the first place? Aren't all four tires moving with each other to drive the car? No, even an all-wheel drive vehicle is going to have unevenly distributed tire wear. If you have a front-wheel drive car, the front tires are going to wear more heavily during both acceleration and during braking. So you need to primarily rotate the tires front to back to not end up with bald front tires, which would make it difficult to stop in wet conditions. If you have a rear-wheel drive vehicle, they will wear a slight amount faster in the rear, but the wear is likely to be a bit asymmetric left to right. My tires rotate every time I drive. What other folk are doing. I always forget to rotate my tires. My front tires get replaced 3 times before my back tires do. I do a ton of driving, so that's almost twice a year. Look up a differential gearbox. There's a cool video from like the 50s or something that explains it very simply. Tires rotate at different speeds when you turn, on top of the weight of your car not being evenly distributed when you are driving straight like on the highway, plus uneven pavement texture. The weight and suspension puts more wear on the inner half of the tire when alignment is correct. Steering tires front take more wear when turning. FWD, RWD, AWD also has an effect. Rotating tires is a scam. They literally rotate while you drive. A few ways they can wear differently, but here's a couple simple ones to understand. Front tires turn, rest tires don't. That makes them wear differently. Front tires are on axles with different shocks because of the engine weight. Rear tires are on an axle with different shocks because no engine weight. The shocks are never going to act exactly the same because of a huge weight difference on them. Shock hard determining how tires stay in road contact. Because each tire bears different levels of weight and friction, you nullify the difference with tire rotation, essentially giving all the tires their turn in each position and evening out wear across the tire. The biggest difference is that not all 4 tires are getting turned by the engine unless you're in 4-wheel drive. If you own a front-wheel drive car, the front wheels are the ones getting turned by the engine and pulling the car along, while the rear wheels are simply there to roll along. This means there's more forces on the front wheels that can cause them to wear out faster. Most cars have a weight imbalance between the front and rear axle. Almost all cars are front-wheel drive. Every vehicle has a brake bias towards the front. All vehicles steer with the front wheels. All these things affect how fast a tire wears, so there is a clear wear bias towards the front tires. You rotate the tires regularly to spread that wear bias equally between the tires. If it's a front-wheel drive car, the front tires are doing the pulling when you accelerate, most of the braking when you stop, and carrying most of the weight. Even if it's AWD, the front tires are doing most of the work and wearing out faster. In addition to what others have said, sometimes things get out of alignment, causing one tire to wear faster than the others. Maybe it's tilted to the side a bit, or the tone setting is wrong. Even with perfect alignment, tires won't wear evenly. Most vehicles are 2WD, so more stress is put on the drive wheels. Also, cars aren't perfectly weight balanced, so the tires under the location of the engine will have more weight on them due to the weight of the engine and drivetrain components pushing down on them. It helps to rotate them every 5k miles or so that the tires that were experiencing accelerated wear are rotated to the area of the car that experiences less wear to keep the wear as balanced as possible across the 4 tires. The simplest way to put it is that neither the car has even weight distribution, nor does the road have an even surface. Drive wheels take more acceleration wear, front wheels take more braking wear. Turning impacts front and rear differently. Weight isn't evenly distributed over the car. Driving habits, even as simple as usually turning right into your driveway, add up over time. Front v rear is the biggest difference, but it never hurts to swap sides while you're at it. Hence the usual rears to the front and cross the fronts to the rear rotation pattern. Tires wear unevenly, and by the time you notice 1 or 2 are looking shitty, you'll have to replace all 4 4WD, so you're wasting money that way. Rotating them also lets a mechanic or tire swapper notice if you have alignment or suspension wear that needs to be remedied. Lots of ways. When starting to move from a complete stop, even if you don't peel out, your drive tires smear against the road, leaving rubber behind and wearing. Same with braking. Whenever you turn the wheels on the outside side of the car have to rotate faster than the inside wheels, and it also shifts your center of gravity, shifting the car toward the outside direction. There's also under and over inflation. Caster and camber, which make the outside of inside ends of the tires contact the road more. 3 things affect tire wear. 1. Wheels generally have a slight angle off a vertical called camber, because it affects handling characteristics. This means that your tires will wear faster on the inside or outside rather than evenly across the tread. 2. Tires roll different amounts when you're turning, with the outside wheels having to roll further because the circumference of the circle they're making is larger than the inside wheels. So if you make more left turns than right, for example, the tires on the right side will wear more. 3. Front-wheel drive cars wear the front tires more than the rear, because they're torquing against the ground to generate forward motion, whereas the non-driven tires are just being pulled along. Rear-wheel drive cars naturally wear the rear tires more for the same reason. Don't listen to the new tires up front suggestion. You get more stability and control with the best traction on the back of the car. Your car is more likely to fishtail if your front tires have more traction than the back. That's why every tire and insurance company insists new tires get put on the back. It's only boomers still telling people to put them on front. Don't believe some random guy on Reddit, even me. Ask a tire professional, Google it, or watch this video https://u2.beg se7cm6mwh0c equals fda3zuk1c9g9xc. I used to rotate my tires but not anymore. I don't drive enough miles now and the cost savings to rotate is not there. Age will wear tires out even if the treads are still good. Sun exposure along with oxygen rots the tire. This is called dry rot. The first signs are cracks in the tire's rubber. Along with dry rot, the tire also becomes weaker over time due to the process of manufacturing the tire. This is due to the chemical reactions taking place in the tire. The rubber hardens and becomes brittle over time. This is usually not a problem with auto tires because they get driven more and are replaced. Things like utility trailers, motorhomes, and boat trailers may have brand new looking tires but can fail due to time. My utility trailer recommends replacing tires every 6 years to be on the safe side. I protect from the sun and don't overload, so I usually get 8 years out of a set.